Hello, Grow family. I want to take a look at Psalms 27. In fact, just the first verse. It's so rich of what's in there because it's a discovery of David of just understanding where he stood with God. It says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" Those are some amazing words to remember, especially during these times. And there are times in our lives when it feels like we live in a world full of darkness. In fact, it is dark in a lot of ways. And although much of the world is lost in darkness, there's light. David claimed that God was his light, his salvation, his strength in the journey along the path of life. Notice how personal David made it. He says, "My light, my salvation, and the strength of my life." There are times when we think we don't have the strength to make it or go on. And David was pointing to the fact that there are those times that God needed to strengthen him. He called on God to strengthen him. But even more importantly, he was pointing out that God was a constant main source for everything he did in life. In fact, the Apostle Paul wrote in Philippians, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." And I know that a lot of you guys know that verse. The believer is in great danger when he begins to trust in some area of personal strength. If we have one area where we think we are strong, then we will be very sure that the enemy is going to attack there. Our full trust must be placed on God alone. As the outreach pastor at the Grove, I get to talk with a lot of our global partners. And we have a global partner named John Willis. And his job is to translate the Bible into Tibetan. And when John was translating the Bible in Tibetan, he discovered that there was no word for faith or trust. One day, a local Tibetan had been running hard, came to see John at his house, and flopped in his big, large chair. And he said a word that John didn't recognize. He asked the local what it meant, and the man says, "It is good to rest my whole weight on this chair." And he said, "That's it," said John. He then used the native word to translate the word faith into resting one's whole weight on God. So today, family, we want to pray that the Lord will we will put our full weight on God today. Will you do that today? Will you put your full weight, lean over and lean in, and put your full weight on God today? And not on your own strengths, not on your own cleverness, and just not on the things that you're good at, but lean in and put your full weight there.